intact, while some amount of profits could be taken off the table. Our research team is standing by with a list of top 10 stocks for the day. First up, Zee Entertainment on our list. Mangalam is here to give us the latest on that. Mangalam, morning.
Well, it is December 21st and this is also the day of the deadline of the Zee Sony merger. And Zee had earlier written that they have applied to Sony for an extension for the same. And now they've said that Sony has replied to them and they will agree to discuss over the extension of the deal deadline itself. So this is not an extension of the deal deadline, but this is Sony agreeing to discuss over the deal's deadline. And this is exactly what Sony said to us as well. They said that they are looking forward to hearing Zee's proposal. Does this take the uncertainty away? No, but it is a small step in the right direction. Club that with the 12% fall that we've seen in the stock over the last 3 days and the fact that it's out of F&O ban today may see a bit of a relief. But that again will only be interim until we have some more certainty on this merger.
Mangalam, morning. So the deadline itself kind of becomes void for now, or how does it work? I mean, they will continue discussions about the deadline itself, but beyond the deadline.
No, they will continue discussions about the deadline. So we may hear it today itself, whether they have discussed and agreed to extend the deadline itself or not. And if there is no conclusion reached today, then perhaps the deadline lapses. But that is unlikely to happen. My sense is that, the discussions will continue, and by the end of the day, we'll have clarity on what exactly happens from here.
All right. So today, essentially, is the day when we should hear something, most likely, as Mangalam said, maybe some relief possible with regards to the deadline. Well, Flair Writing is the next one that we are talking about. Upasana is here with details. Upasana.
Well, Flair Writing Industries reported its quarter result for the first time after its listing. For the quarter ended Q2 FY24, the revenue saw an uptick of nearly about 4% on quarter-on-quarter basis and stood at 257 crores. In terms of revenue mix, 80% was contributed by domestic and 20% was contributed by exports. Well, PAT saw an uptick of almost 3% on quarter-on-quarter basis and stood at nearly about 33 crores. And EBITDA also saw an uptick of almost 3% on quarter-on-quarter basis and stood at around 54 crore. Talking about EBITDA margins, they saw a downtick of almost 30 basis points and stood at around 20.9%. While company launched 28 new products in Q2 FY24 and 47 products cumulatively for H1 FY24.
Thanks a lot for that, Upasana. Well, let's go back to Mangalam. He's here to tell us about some more stocks and news. Mangalam?
Well, I'm looking at DLF, and that's in focus largely because there are news reports that the company has gone ahead and sold properties worth nearly 1,400 crores in the two projects that they've launched in, Panchkula and Haryana itself. So just keep an eye out on that one because the company said that they've launched out 75 shop-cum-office plots in Gurugram project, Central 67, for about 700 crore rupees and 400 units in their project Valley Orchard in Panchkula for about 700 crore rupees as well. 400 out of 470 units have been sold on day one of the launch itself. So that's telling you there is strong demand. The other one I'm looking at is Titagarh Rail Systems. We've seen a big surge in the stock price and the company is talking about increased business as well. Now what they've done is they've changed their management structure to facilitate the growth. Umesh Chaudhary will remain as Vice Chairman and MD as well as the CEO of Passenger Rail Systems. But Pritish Chaudhary has been appointed as a Deputy CEO for Passenger Rail Systems. Anil Kumar Agarwal will now handle, the freight rail systems. And the board has also elevated Saurav Singhania to the position of a CFO. This after the company raised nearly 700 crores via a QIP. So management changing structure to facilitate growth should be a positive in an otherwise strong stock.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, Vivek is here to give us some more stocks that are in the news. Vivek, what are you looking at?
Well, good morning. The first stock on my radar is Mazagon Dock. The company has received another order, so the slew of order wins continues. This particular order is a contract from the acquisition wing of the Ministry of Defence. This particular order pertains to the construction and delivery of 6 next-generation offshore patrol vessels. The total size of this particular contract is 1,600 crore. The other two stocks on my radar are two large blocks that happened in yesterday's trading session. The first stock was Embassy REIT. Remember, Blackstone completely exited its 23.5% stake in the company at 316 rupees a share. So Blackstone raised almost 7,100 crore from the block deal. Who are the top buyers? Existing investors literally upsized whatever stake they had. So HDFC Mutual Fund, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, SBI, Fidelity, as well as small cap fund all of these funds actually went ahead and upsized their existing stake in Embassy. The last stock is Nippon India AMC. Remember, yesterday IndusInd Bank completely exited its 2.86% stake in the company at 445 rupees a share. So IndusInd Bank raised almost 795 crore from this particular block deal. Top buyers, SBI Mutual Fund and ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, picked up 32.6 and 47 lakh shares respectively. All
right, Vivek, thank you very much for that. Let's talk about a few other names. Ekta is here with Tarson's Products and AstraZeneca Pharma. Ekta, hi, morning.
Morning. Well, I expect both of the stocks to be in the green. Tarson's because they're going to be acquiring a German company for 10 to 15 million euros. They are distributors of medical and lab disposables. The target entities will become wholly owned subsidiaries of the company. The company has said the acquisition is strategic in nature and will help enhance the line of business that they are in. AstraZeneca, they have received the import and market permission from the DCGI, which is the Indian drug regulator, for a breast cancer drug, trastuzumab, and the drug is going to then be imported and used and sold in India from Jan 2024. So maybe we could see a little bit of a positive momentum, though it is normal course of business for companies such as AstraZeneca.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Ekta. Well, let's go back to Mangalam. Mangalam, Allcargo didn't look too good?
Not too good, whereas their monthly update is concerned. They said that the less than container volume load for the month of November 2023 was mildly lower than what we saw in November 2022 itself. And volumes month on month as well were largely flat if you compare it to October as well. The company said demand continues to remain subdued, reflecting a tough macroeconomic environment for global trade. So on all these factors, we expect, some bit of correction on Allcargo Logistics. Remember, the environment for trade, international trade, has been slightly nervous over the last few months itself.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for that. Here's a quick recap of our top stocks with positive news flow. Zee Entertainment, Flair Writing, DLF, Titagarh Rail Systems, Mazagon Dock, Embassy REIT, Nippon India AMC, Tarson's Products and AstraZeneca Pharma. While the only stock with negative news flow on our radar is Allcargo Logistics. But